Now, EU leaders on Thursday called for pauses in Israeli bombing and Hamas rocket attacks to get humanitarian aid into Gaza. After more than 5 hours of discussions, EU leaders have reached an agreement on the Middle East. In the declaration, the leaders of the Union's 27 nations expressed the gravest concern for the deteriorating humanitarian situation in Gaza. They called for continued, rapid, safe and unhindered humanitarian access and aid to reach those in need through all necessary measures, including humanitarian corridors and pauses for humanitarian needs. The declaration also said the European Council reiterates its condemnation in the strongest possible terms of Hamas for its brutal and indiscriminate terrorist attacks across Israel. It also added the use of civilians as human shields by Hamas is particularly deplorable atrocity. The summit was the leaders' first in-person meeting since the deadly October 7th assault.
We talked a lot about the absolute necessity of acting on a humanitarian level. We can see the serious deterioration of the humanitarian situation and the importance of developing measures to guarantee access to equipment and humanitarian aid. Food, water, electricity, medicines. We need to be very active, including with humanitarian corridors, humanitarian pauses, to allow the humanitarian aid to be delivered. During the meeting, we decided to affirm the European Union's support for an international peace conference which should take place soon.
There was a strong call from the leaders that Hamas must immediately release all hostages without any preconditions. And it was clear that through its terrorist activities, Hamas is also bringing harm to the Palestinian people. Hamas has provoked a humanitarian crisis in Gaza. For the Commission, it's very important that we continue to intensify our efforts to deal with the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The aid needs to reach Gaza unhindered and quickly.